Beast mode. Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Beast from Dealing the Beast, and I'm back here tonight with
J-Dog.
Now, we don't have our trigger pet, so I'm kind of worried because we are playing a game that totally set us off in the worst ways.
He didn't want to watch the footage again.
Yeah, he didn't. He couldn't actually be a part of this game a second time. So I have Skittles to make us both feel better tonight for how bad this game was. We're reviewing Die Young, PC Early Access title. Now, you guys will know in our original review, we kind of hated on this game. And, of course, right away, all the fanboys jump in and let us know, can't believe you're mocking early access title, all this other stuff, yada, yada, bing, bong, boom. So, what we're here to do tonight is to defend ourselves and give the game a second review because we wanted to give it a second chance. And as you can see, we got a little bit further here. We're exploring the farm, and we saw that there was a fast travel system, which we never actually unlocked or got to or figured out how to use, for that matter. But there's also weapons in the game, and you're able to kill some of the enemies. So we're thinking that's going to be a game changer for us, right?
That was one of my biggest complaints initially, is that there was no way to fend off the enemies. So apparently that wasn't true, and we saw in some other gameplay videos that you could indeed get weapons.
Yep.
And we did finally end up finding a knife.
Yeah, that's going to be coming up here. We'll talk about that in a little while. But first and foremost, let's talk about each aspect of this game and talk about the things we did and didn't like. So remember, this is our second review. You guys can watch the first one. I'll link it at the end of this video. And then, see if our opinion changed at all. It didn't. See if our opinion changed at all between the first and second video. Anyway, graphically, the game's actually really pretty. I really like the environments. I really like the settings. I am going to complain about the frame rate issues in this game. Being on Unreal Engine, I guess it's something we should have expected. But graphically, the setting is beautiful. Some of the environments, some of the buildings and stuff like that is really pretty, really well done, really well designed. But performance-wise, it's, again, unreal.
Yeah,
so,
the parkour thing was great with the environments, how you move and how you climb. And how
that was really neat. That jump right there.
So that's a really strong thing this game has going for it that we liked. Because we like games that encourage exploration.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfectly fine. It's
the rest of the game, everything else just doesn't complement it.
And I think that's the biggest problem is, like, once you get to an enemy...
Like, I wasn't even sure I was supposed to climb up there until I actually tried to. But, so you'll see here we find our first weapon in the game, the knife.
We get a knife.
Now that I've found the knife, in a little bit, you're going to see that I will, in fact, be able to craft it. That must be what that tool symbol was flashing down there in the bottom. But now that I have this weapon, I'm thinking, now I'm going to be able to survive, be able to kill these dogs, these rats, all this other trash, and I'll be able to make some serious progress in this game.
So this whole thing here with the unlocking the doors and opening up the whole mansion,
we like that
the level
stuff.
Design in this game is great. And that's the strong suit for it. If you're buying this game, understand that you're probably buying it for the exploration and the level design. You just have to be able to get over the terrible combat and, things like that. It's something we couldn't get past to make this game enjoyable for us.
So I actually am going to turn on the sound here because I want you guys, once I actually fight the dog, I want you guys just to hear my initial reactions after I kill this dog, because I think this says it all about the game's combat. So that's coming up here. So again, we got the game $13.49 on Steam, so not too pricey, but certainly could have been better. So here, I'm going to show you guys what we're dealing with here.
Fuck it, dude. Fight his ass. Fight him.
There you'll see me crafting a knife. Really cool the fact that I can actually make this weapon now that I have it. It's equipped. I'm going to heal myself quick, and I'm going to go fight this dog.
Holy fuck, dude. What the fuck?
You can just hear J-Dog's miserable reactions.
A very sure knife. Yeah, not too many dogs. He kills the dog.
Teabag that motherfucker! Yeah!
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's as bad as it looks. There you'll hear me say it's as bad as it looks.
Yeah.
Combat was incredibly just awkward. Very much so, like, you know, if that was a real knife and that was a real dog, that thing would have been dead after 2-3 stabs. You know, I mean, so very much overpowered enemies, Terminator style, like Joe was saying, enemies. Just not our cup of tea. The combat in this game was not very good.
I mean, it's not like, okay, if that was the only dog you fought,
That'd
that's
be fine.
fine. Now, here's another shortcut. Again, a major strong suit in this game.
So something we're going to do here, we're actually going to use the knife. I'm going to demonstrate the power attacks coming up here. But we're going to... we're going to kill these rats, and we're going to come back a moment later, and these rats are going to be back. Yeah. Really struggled with that one.
Look at these rats. Look at these things.
So, I mean, it's
3
just,
swipes
like,
for the
bad.
basic little
Just
rat.
bad. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna like it, and I'm not gonna kiss its ass for it. So, okay. So that was the combat with weapons. That's really all I have to say about that. We're gonna go back here to where I discover some of this stuff, climb my way through some of these little shortcuts here. So we talked about the parkour being this game's strongest element, right, J-Dog?
No question about it.
Parkour is this game's strongest element. I would say combat and enemies are this game's 2 weakest elements. Definitely its 2 weakest elements.
So yeah, if you are going to buy this, you need to know what you're buying.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the audio in the game. Just like chase music constantly, it never goes away.
Yeah, you're constantly detected and chased, so the audio is constant bump, 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 like totally triggered audio, constant.
Well, now
which, you know, compared to a game like Rhyme, which I'm playing right now, which you guys will watch the review of that.
I'll link it at the end of this video.
It's one of the best games I've played in a long time. I love it, and it just has this great sweeping score to it, where you want to explore. And yes, there's combat. Yes, there's dangerous times in it, but it's not every second.
This game's exploration, some of it was very unintuitive. Like, it took me almost an hour to figure out that I needed to look further up here and see a bar that was up there that I needed to jump to. But it's like, I'm under so much stress from the 50 rats that are down here chasing me everywhere, I never had time to even notice that.
Yeah.
So that was a real weak point of this game. Never really gave you a chance to explore and take in things. Whereas like a game like Rhyme, you know, I mean, like he was saying, beautiful environments, beautiful settings.
You want to spend time.
Yeah, and it was almost like Breath of the Wild. You want to spend time there.
Breath of the Wild, same thing. You know, yes, you can go find combat in that game, but it's more on your choosing.
But it doesn't find you constantly like these fucking rats do. I mean, this is just ridiculous.
We didn't have a weapon at this point for these rats, but
But either way, even if I had a weapon, this is like 7 rats down here. 1 or 2 would have been fine, and it would have been stressful enough. But now I've got like 8 or 10 rats down here. It's just ridiculous. Overpopulated enemies, not enough control over that. And when I finally find the bar that's up there, I'm like, oh my god, I know where to go. You know, it was crazy. I couldn't believe it. And even after I found it, there it is up there. You can see it up there in the upper corner. I died a few times when I was trying to get to it because I wasn't sure how to make the longer jumps. And it's just like, come on. You know, and like we say, you know, you can preach get good all day long, but that doesn't make up for a poorly designed game and a poorly planned game. This game may be early access, but if your game is available for sale, it's fair game for a review like this.
Yeah. If you're asking people to pay for it, these things should be cleaned up. And now, hopefully, they will. You know, hopefully, see some people doing reviews like this, and they're gonna make those changes to it because the game does have severe promise.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that's one of the reasons why we're so negative on it.
Because I had so much expectation coming in.
The expectation is high, and because we want it to be good. It has a cool premise.
Because these are the kind of games I like.
And that we're interested in. And so when you buy something you're really interested and excited for and you don't have fun with it, it's a big letdown.
Pray.
Yeah, it's a big letdown, dude.
Big time.
I mean, there's nothing else to say about it. It's just a huge letdown.
It is. Absolutely.
And this game, for me, is a letdown. I was expecting a better experience overall.
You know, and I know when we first started exploring down here, we first started getting, you guys are going to see me, I'm going to bring us back a little bit here. When we first find this house, let's go back here. Here we go. Coming up here, we're going to escape Terminator Dog, first of all, but we're going to first find this farm, this plantation area. We're actually excited because we got a new place to go. We're dodging Boogaloo Man with the pickaxe, with the scythe thing, and we're getting down underneath and we're finding new places to go. It was super exciting for us and we loved that. But once that initial excitement of finding a new place was gone, we were just left with the same old bullshit of, dying over and over and over again, not being able to find the places to go. Very, very unintuitive in some areas, like we were saying. But for the most part, their environments are really exciting. The exploration in this game is really good.
Yeah, and thank God for that.
Yeah, like we were saying, if this game had been built on simply exploration and no combat, it might still be in my Steam library.
Yeah.
I might have kept it because it's cool.
I think what they're missing is simply pacing.
Definitely. Their pacing in this game is poor.
You can have combat, you can have the survival, you can have the tense situations. It just shouldn't be every second.
Yep, I agree.
Otherwise, it's not a game, it's real life. If I want to survive in real life, I'll go get lost in the woods somewhere.
I'll load my 9mm and go live in the woods for a week.
Yeah, if I want real life, I'll do that.
Yep.
This is a game. And again,
should be fun.
Let's compare it to Rhyme. Again, another game where you're stranded on an island. Same type of thing. Okay, yeah, you can make the argument that game is more kid-centered or whatever, and that's fine. But that game
is fun.
You die in that game, you just kind of like the screen goes dark and you come back to the same place you jumped off of.
No.
Okay, not real life.
You die in this game, you go back to the
But it's at least fun. It keeps you playing. It doesn't make you have that sense of, oh my god, I got to do 20 minutes of gameplay all over.
There were some times where we died where it was like 10, 15 minutes of gameplay we had to redo.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
So,
why not a quick save?
There should be a quick save, or at least an area save where I can save wherever I want. Let's talk about, so we talked graphics, we talked audio, we talked environments, combat, all that stuff. J-Dog, your number one recommendation that they need to work on for this game, what would you say?
It's tough for me. Without a balance, without a way to balance the weakness of your character with the overwhelming number of enemies you face, it's a deal breaker for me. Now, I don't think there's a level up system in this game that we found. So how your character can get stronger, it looks like she can get some armor or some clothing or something. I'm not sure if that's going to affect how she can handle the bites or how she can handle the enemies. But, just the fact that she can't stomp the rats, it makes no sense.
Apparently there's a kick.
There is a kick?
Apparently.
Well,
I never saw it.
Most games have a little bit of tutorial to show you how to play. I mean, hey, for the most obtuse game on the planet, the original Dark Souls, right? At least that game showed you the controls at the start. So, to have none of that is really difficult for me. And again, we try to be fair to the games when we review them. We played this for almost 2 hours.
Some games don't deserve a fair review. Some games deserve to get shit on when they suck.
Well, we played this for 2 hours. We haven't discovered the fast travel system. We haven't discovered how to kick the enemies.
Barely any weapons.
Barely any weapons.
The weapons we did find were garbage.
So, after a while, you're going to give up. Right?
What did you say when I was writing my slam review for Prey, and of course, all the internet boys blurting into their wank sock, they got on there and they got triggered and pissed off at me. But what did you say when I was returning Prey as the reason I was returning it? What did you say?
It wasn't fun.
That's all you got to know
This
about.
game is more fun than Prey.
This game is more fun than Prey, but it's suffering from the same non-fun factor.
Yes, it is.
Because it still carries with you.
This game at least has an interesting environment.
That's true. That's true. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
But, you're right. It still has that sense of super low-powered character. You can't... and a very, very obtuse learning curve where you need to really put the time in. This for $13, I was certainly thinking I could get into this and get on with it.
Now, did you see me make those jumps? That was cool. I really like that about this game.
Yeah, and so it has so many good points.
I told you this before. I want to like this game.
That's the disappointing part. Look at these rats. 2 rats down there. You're going to go down there. Now watch us. Instead of exploring, reading the note, taking in the area, we're going to be running.
When we see these rats, our initial reaction is, fuck.
We got to run. It's not, I want to get down here and look around. It's, we got to...
I want to grab everything that highlights and run.
We got to hoof it. And
jump over him.
It's just, it's like, what the fuck?
Get on the table, bitch. Because if you don't, you're dead. So,
yeah, I don't know.
I get the stress. I understand all that stuff, but it made it unfun. It made it not enjoyable. All right, J-Dog.
I'm perfectly fine with 5 rats down there if I can stop them.
Yeah.
Or
Kick
get a
them
knife
away.
that actually works.
Yeah.
And when I kill them, they die.
All right, J-Dog, you know, we've got another review on this. We'll link it at the end. They can watch that if they really want to hear us bitch about this. I was going to go off on the game, and I thought, you know what? It's not even worth my breath at this point. I want you to rate this game out of 10, first of all.
As it stands now, I really can't go higher than a 3.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead 5 because the exploration was cool, the parkour was cool, and I actually enjoyed that. But you're right. I agree with you in every other aspect.
It's a game I would be disappointed.
How much would you be willing to pay for this game?
As it is right now?
Yep.
I'd have to get in a 99-cent bargain bin.
99-cent bargain bin bundle pricing then, huh?
That's what I wouldn't be happy any other way.
Well, then I think that's where we're going to leave this review of Die Young. This was our second look. This was our second chance review. I really wanted to like this game. This is the only game we've ever looked at twice so far. I'm sure there'll be more in the future, but game kind of let us down.
I mean, dude, remember how, like, when we were doing Rhyme, we were playing Rhyme, I couldn't wait to get back into it.
I mean, Jesus Christ, dude, we had to rush home to play it today.
Yeah, and this game,
You really could care less if we ever played again.
There's not that sense.
No, it just doesn't have it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what can be done. I hope I made sense in what I said of at least being able to defend yourself a little bit more aggressively.
Yeah.
You know, yes, there are some games where you kind of go along as just a character without weapons or anything. But
almost 20 minutes, and I'm still down here trying to find my way out of this cavern.
But you're not, the thing is, though, in those games, you're not fighting a million different enemies. So, I don't know.
Well, anyway, guys, that's where we're going to leave this review. You've heard what we had to say twice now. This was our second look back review.
Yeah, the second look didn't change our opinion. That's the thing. I think that's how you know you're.
Yeah, we did find some new stuff.
We did, and like I said, I think the opportunity for this game to be great is there.
Absolutely, and I agree. I agree with that.
It is early access, so take that with a grain of salt, of course. And if you can tolerate the enemy type stuff like we struggled with, if you can tolerate that, then hey, for $13, this isn't that bad of a game for you, because exploration is great. But for us, it's just not a game we would go back to. There's better games out there.
Definitely better games out there. I'm Beast of Deal the Beast.
I'm J-Dog.
We didn't have Sugar Kitty with us tonight, but he's meowing upstairs. I want to thank you guys for joining us. You'll see some other videos around the screen. Check out some of our other reviews. Click that D3B3 to subscribe and show Deal and the Beast some support. And we'll see y'all right here next time for another game review and telling you what we honestly, actually think about these games. Good night.